Hello, welcome to another Kickstarter stress test where we check out Kickstarter campaigns, pretending as if we are the ideal customer, the ideal client or super fan for them, and see if there's anything that's stopping us from buying it. Because it would be a shame that you have everything there, everything's in place, just, you have the bait. And I guess that's a little negative way of putting it because we're not actually catching someone to harm him. So let's find a different allegory. We have this wonderful cake. It's out in the bakery. It's a very delicious cake, but then they come in, they see the cake, it looks good, they come in, and then this horrible smell hits them, and they just turn right away. Andrew Lowen from Next Level Web has a nice allegory calling it the breath test. So you go on a date, and the date looks amazing, and then you smell their breath, and then it's bad breath. That's the worst impression you want to leave. So basically, we're looking at these campaigns and seeing if it passes those few first steps to make us realize this is the game for us, and we're ready to pledge. I was looking at this, and my eyes glazed over here, and then I saw this, which was a little interesting. Border writing, and then I read this line. Okay. A collaborative history building game. I've never heard the term history building. My attention has been caught. Okay, I see the cake. Okay, I see the cake, and I'm interested. Played by drawing evolving town maps on scraps of paper. What does that mean? That's really interesting. I've played roll and writes. I've played a few P&Ps, but this is something new. Rules printed on a massive fold-out map. Okay, I'm clicking. So I realized, let's do the stress test here. See, because I'm intrigued. That first line got me. I'm intrigued. This is something new I haven't seen before, which is always nice. Let's see if anything stops me from buying this. Okay, so we have the border writings, which I guess that is a little bit of a weak point because border writings isn't that interesting of a title, but you see that the title doesn't matter. I immediately got caught by everything else. Okay, so let's look at the video. Wow. Hello, Wes Anderson. What was that? That was so freaking good. This is how you do a low budget video that works. You know exactly what you're selling, you know what's special about it, and you know exactly who this is for. This is how you do it. Okay? And it's just creative thinking. So we're having here a sort of 4X in a way. It's like, it has establish, explore, expand, and then there's a surprise. There's not exterminate. Suddenly there's redact, question, consider, forget. What does that mean? Reinvent. And it's not that you need like special drawing skills. It's okay, I need to know how this plays. I know this is probably going to be cheap. It's going to be fun and unique. And yeah, I'm excited to know more. So moving down. Stories. Border writing is a game about maps, boundaries, borders, and the way you use rituals to maintain the shape of our community. Its touchstones includes Avery, Alders, and the Quiet Year, and the crowded stuff. I don't know these things, but okay, something to follow up on later. Its author, Joe Raid, wrote the game known as Love Letter Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought it was by the creator of Love Letter. No, wrote the game as a love letter to her hometown. She was inspired by the common writing festivals that take place every summer at the Scottish borders. They're traditional, founded in war, where the communities assert their borders from land-stealing lords and encroaching armies. They've evolved over centuries into a small town pageantry central to each village's unique identity. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. This is interesting, but this is not where I would put this. Okay, I came out of the video excited about the game. Okay, I'm excited about the game. All I needed from this is that it's actually rooted on true history. Okay, true Scottish history. It's giving me a little bit more theme, a little bit more flavor. Of course, it's interesting to know that this is actually based on the creator's true life experience, and there's true history involved. And I love all those juicy details, but they should come a little bit later. Should come a little bit later once I'm like, okay, this is the game for me. Because we're trying to buy a game, we're not buying a book, we're not buying a story or movie or any kind. I'm still, nailed into this game. Okay, a game about maps printed like a map. The border writing will be printed on a large fold-out sheet measuring, okay, that's huge, almost 1 meter by 1 meter, 890 millimeters. It will fall down to this size, easily stuffed into a backpack for game nights. Lovely. Okay, so this is a great great line because it immediately helps me picture what I'll be doing with this game. And that's one of the things we really want to do, is to help our backers visualize themselves playing the game. Because then the only thing they're missing is the actual game to be able to fulfill that vision. That's the future state they want to reach to. We want to help them visualize that. So I'm imagining like stuffing it into my backpack and taking it with me, and it doesn't take space like all these huge boxy games. Unfold it and refold it to navigate the different phases of play, or lay it on a table to examine it together with your friend. When you're finished playing, fold it up and tuck it away on your bookshelf, ready for another hike into your imagination, or unfold it and pin it on your wall, enjoying its lush illustrations. That's also cool. That's great. That's added value. Accessibility. Alongside the map, we're producing a text-only screen reader optimized version of the game, suitable for home printing and table reference. This will be available for free alongside the printed game. This is great stuff. I need some visuals. I need some visuals at this point to see what you're talking about. Okay, so the text-only screen reader, that was a perfect place to add that graphic. Okay, because now I'm going to have to search down and make connections in my brain, and backers are lazy. So this is great art. Love this art style. So how do we play? Okay, I am at this point. I'm like, okay, I'm locked in. I like this game. I like the concept. How much does this cost? I'll read this later. Going down, community and safety, project timeline, shipping, team. How much does this cost? Okay, so no cost on the page itself. Have no choice but to continue to this other menu. And I always remind you, on mobile, that's 2 more clicks. Okay, so this is the point where someone goes, okay, I'll check this later, or I'm in the middle of something, I'll look at it later and then I'll forget, or you're hoping maybe they'll at least do remind me so they don't forget about it. But okay, that's just a little bit. It's like there's a metal detector in the entrance of the cake shop. You're like, oh, metal. I don't know how to take the time to take things out of my pocket. I'll check it later. Okay, so this would have been the perfect place to just see how much does this cost. Okay, so we can see 15 pounds. A single printed edition of border writing, shipping collected after Kickstarter. Okay, so 490 people want that. Yeah, that's a fair price. Okay, it's essentially like one huge piece of paper, and I've seen games which are similar to that. I mean, one that comes into mind is oh come on, what's the name of that game? Micro Macro, right? The one where you use search for crime in the city. I have it down there. Great game, great game. But that also has just like a huge map, but it has also cards. It has also has different missions, and the version I have also has a little magnifying glass. And I guess that was more expensive, so this is good value. Yep, I'm down for this. What's this one? Brawl Out. A printed copy of border writing, including a personalized signed bookplate. Okay. I don't know what the bookplate means. Okay. I don't know what I'm getting. You can see only 46 wanted to get this because it's just not very clear what this means. How does this look like? And now I'm gonna have to like look to see if there's any more info. No, guys, you're making it confusing. Make it simple as you can. You got a great product. You want them to get like a higher pledge level. Just make sure we understand what we're getting. But let's move down. Cartographer. Ooh, okay, £100. Name a landmark on the illustrated map. Okay, so this is the type of you're in the game type pledge level, which, like I always say, it's nice as long as you know some people will take it before you start the campaign. Okay, so yeah, you see 15 people wanted to get it. So you see, this is interesting. 490 people wanted to just get the basic map. Yeah, this game is for them. They're on board. And then you have this one, and nobody's getting it because nobody understands what it actually means. Sorry about the noise in the background. It's a terrible washing machine. Okay, at this point, I think I'm primed to pledge. Okay, I feel like this is for me. You know, I go on hikes with my buddies, and this would be like the perfect game to set out at like, I don't know, our camping site even. How cool is that? Like playing a game on a huge map in the middle of a camping site while you're out hiking. That being said, okay, a super fan would back at this point. But now I'm gonna take the super fan hat off, and I'm gonna be actually like me, which is more of a casual fan. Okay, so we're twisting it a bit. Now I'm a casual fan, and I'm saying, what is a casual fan? A casual fan, that is someone that's very passionate about something. So this is like a Venn diagram, I think it's called. That is like one of the things that I'm passionate about appears in this game. I guess I love board games, and I love the innovative nature of this game, how it's unique. I'm gonna actually read now the how to play, because I'm like, okay, I really need to know how this plays to see if I'll enjoy it. So this is a GM-less map drawing game. I never thought there would be a GM. That's not the type of game I thought this is, so this is surprising to me. You'll collaboratively draw maps on blank pieces of paper for a community that you will invent with your friends, recording its landmarks, its boundaries, and who the community thinks of as us and who is them. You'll need 3 or more players, pens, a d6, a lot of paper. Okay, so you need extra paper, which is interesting. I mean, a lot, I guess. Yeah. It's if you're going through the years. So how much paper do I need? Do I need to carry like a whole package of A4 paper? Is that how you call it in the States? We call it A4. That's like the standard size. Each game takes 1 to 2 hours to complete. This hit me smack across the face. 1 to 2 hours? It didn't say that anywhere, right? Did I miss it? And no, it just doesn't say that this is going to be a 1 to 2 hour game. I did not expect it to be that big of a time commitment, but okay, let's push on. You can play on any VTT. I honestly don't know what a VTT is. And even like Google is not telling me. Even if something is you can't figure out through Google, I'm not sure you should say that here. And I don't know, maybe it's a known term which I'm just not aware of. I have no idea what a VTT is. I guess it's like a tablet or something like that. You can trace large map for a quick start your game or reinvent your own maps from scratch. Players take turns introducing events for the community to resolve. A new map is drawn each round, laid over stacks of maps as the game progresses. Years pass with each round, and your community will face challenges across multiple evolving storylines. At the end of the game, your community will have grown over generations. Hold your maps up to a window and see the faded lines of village paths shine through the town in the present. This is cool stuff. This is cool stuff, and I'm sad that we can only figure this out by getting to the fourth paragraph here. Make this info more readily available. Show it on as graphics. Show it as images. At the game's end, you'll jump 500 years into the future and compare how the community has changed and examine any of the original challenges ever mattered. Okay, but what are the actual mechanics? You see, I as a casual fan that loves board games, that loves unique new things, this looks like it very, very interesting, but I don't get how it plays. What do the symbols mean? How do you control what happens? How do you know if you win? I mean, how does this game work? So this is interesting. As a super fan, I got this game. As a casual fan, because it's not that big of a commitment, I got to the website suddenly. Okay, what? That's interesting. Okay, so here I'm getting a little bit more info, but there's no chance I would get here without being intrigued or getting this information earlier. Okay, not for a 15 pound game. Sorry, my time will not be spent on reading through all of this. If there's a way to get me to understand how this game plays and exactly what goes into it on the Kickstarter page itself, me as a casual fan, then I'll get it, because 15 pounds is really not that much. Okay, and you see, I click that like by mistake. Click here to read an advanced copy of Border Writing. So overall, this campaign shows us what a good idea could do for your campaign. Okay, and making sure that idea concept is clear from the get-go. Okay, and here they have a unique concept that has never been seen before, a history building game that got me to click, read about it. If I'm a super fan, I imagine that even if they're not showing the price and they're not getting too deep into the rules, I will get this. If I'm anything less, or I don't recognize myself as being a super fan, then they're blocking me from the info that I'm looking for. Okay, so there's a metal detector in the cake shop, and there's a long line, and and I just want that cake. And you're not letting me get to it. But what I love, the video is very good. The first line is very good. When you nail that, it sometimes won't matter. And they have almost 500 backers, 10 days to go. They're doing fine for this type of game. So hope that was helpful. And okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Sure, like and subscribe if you want to see more of these types of videos. And this is a service I'm going to be offering. So look for it on my website soon at kaganproductions.com, where I can review your page before you launch. So hopefully you can avoid these things, or even after you launch, if you want me to look at it and do a quick fix, as some other campaigns we looked at before did. Okay, so until next time.